Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of somebody getting upset that they couldn't fit into the seats at the concert. They go on to complain that they weren't given the same special accommodations as somebody in a wheelchair. We're also going to be taking a look at a few bonus clips, including one where somebody says, "Don't congratulate somebody's weight loss. It might be because of cancer." Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache.
Something that I will never understand is why are people so mean to fat people, and why do they intentionally go out of their way to try to make them feel uncomfortable and embarrassed? And I am not even talking about like the people who bully them. I am not talking about the people who say no fat chicks, or I will never date a fat woman, or even have that fat discrimination that they might not even realize is fat discrimination. I am talking about when you go to a venue and you need an accommodation and they act like it is the end of the world.
Okay, what sort of accommodation do you need?
Whereas if you had a wheelchair or anything like that, they would go out of their way to try and help you.
Yeah. So you're complaining that people go out of their way to help people in wheelchairs more than they do fat people? So you want to be treated like somebody in a wheelchair? You want to be treated like obesity is a straight up disability and given the appropriate accommodations. Why are you guys helping all these idiots in wheelchairs, bro? I'm right here. Help me.
And because that's how it should be. And
Yeah, well, I think that we should try to help people in wheelchairs. I don't know where you were going with that.
if it doesn't affect other patrons, I just truly want to know what goes through someone's head when they're like, let me see how much I can embarrass and shame this fat person.
What are you holding in your hand? Are you not going to mention it this whole ass video? You're just like holding this thing like right in my face and you're not even going to mention it the whole video. That's really weird, man. The worst part, dude, is that they just won't give accommodations to fat people. You know, like no matter what sort of situation I'm in, they won't give me special accommodations. Oh, this? Oh, that's nothing. Don't worry about that.
And what brought this up for me is
For me.
my sister and I, we went to a concert at a venue here in Nashville where I live, and she was so excited about this concert. It was her favorite artist at the time. His name was Josh Turner.
Josh Turner? No, I'm just kidding. I've never heard of it.
If you know him, not a huge fan, but she was. And she had always wanted to see him at this one venue because it's very historic. If you know, you know. And we go, and I'm thinking,
I don't.
this is not going to be any issue. I worked in the tourism industry at the time. I was very familiar with every concert venue here. And this venue has bench seats. So not worried at all. I had also been to multiple concerts at this venue before this. So we go and we get there and I get to the bench and I realize it's a little bit of a shorter bench than other benches in the venue. And there are also two other bigger people already in the bench row. And that's when I realized we're not going to fit. Like if
Dun, dun, dun.
we had been two regular sized people, then it would have been fine. But I am not a regular sized person.
Okay, so you just acknowledged that you would have been fine and you would have fit into the seat if you were both regular-sized people.
And so I think, no big deal. We're just going to go and find a person, and they are going to probably be able to get us just seats in the back of the auditorium, and it'll be fine. I've seen them do this. That's what they do with people who are in wheelchairs. Not a huge deal. So I go up there, I find someone, and instead of helping, she says, You'll fit.
I've been sitting here trying to wedge into this seat for the past 10 minutes.
And I'm like, no, we've tried. We're not going to fit.
She's like, let me just butter you up a little bit and we'll wedge you right in there, ma'am.
She makes us walk back down to the bench and try to sit in this bench to prove that we will not fit. as if it is not embarrassing enough. So once she realizes this, we go back to the top and she's just acting like it is a huge deal. Like she doesn't know what she's going to do. And she takes us out of the auditorium. And
she's just like, I've never even encountered this before. I don't know what to do. We might have to deconstruct the whole auditorium at this point. I don't know. What the hell?
At this point, I am about to cry because I'm like, there's literally no way that this does not happen. Like there's literally no way this is the first time this has ever happened to you.
What if it is the first time? Is that going to be some kind of wake-up call? Are you deluding yourself by saying, there's no way this has never happened before? Surely I'm like the 100th person this has happened to. Maybe not.
Are you telling me that there's like not even other seats and other benches? You can't even pull out folding chairs? Like,
nah, I'm telling you that this has never happened in the history of this auditorium, madam. Take that as some kind of sign if you want.
I don't believe it. And it literally took me saying, do you know that I work here? And do you know that I can talk to this person?
Ah, you pulled the old classic, do you know who I am?
In order to get this accommodation. And I don't know if this person was just having a bad night. I don't know that. I'm not anyone big in Nashville. I just worked in tourism, and so I just knew a name to say, basically.
Okay, so you started dropping names until they gave you a folding chair.
And so she finally goes off to find these things. I don't know if I'm crying, but if I'm not crying, I know that I'm tearing up like I'm about to.
Okay.
And it's just so embarrassing because it was my sister's birthday. She was so excited. So finally the lady comes back. You can tell I'm very upset. And she is trying to calm me down and says, don't worry, this happens all the time. It's not a big deal. And I said, if this happens all the time, then you need a better policy for when it happens. Like,
okay, so thus far, the timeline of events is that you showed up to this concert. There was no room for you on the bench seat. You went and asked for special accommodations, and the lady made you try to sit back in the seat, and then she made a big deal about it and tried to find you a special seat or something. That's what's happened thus far from my understanding. Nobody up until this point has been fat-shamed or anything like that. I guess they didn't give you the folding chair that you liked, so you started name-dropping until they did. A real weird thing to do at a concert, I would imagine. She's like, do you know that I know Larry Tompkins? And they're like, what? Dude, just get this lady a folding chair or something so she'll shut the hell up.
It is not okay for you to treat me and to treat my sister and to treat any fat person like they are an inconvenience and that there is no policy for this.
Well, I mean, what did they really do? They said, hold on, let me go try to find you a seat. And then eventually they did. So I don't know what you're complaining about. If you can't fit into the seat, don't get all uppity with the staff because you're embarrassed. Right? I think that's what's going on here.
In any case, but especially if it happens all the time.
Maybe they said that just to make you feel better. Why are you still holding that colorful plastic thing? Are those like pen toppers?
And so we ended up getting like the seats, and we maybe stayed through like half the show because it was ruined. It was ruined at that point. There was nothing we could do to recover.
It was ruined at that point, and there was nothing we could do to recover. Well, I hope you do recover from this very traumatic event that happened to you. You know, hopefully after enough years pass and you go out there and live your life enough, that one time when it took them 10 minutes to find you a chair at that concert won't still be haunting you. You know, hopefully not.
And to this day, I have not gone back to a show at that place. Because I'm worried. I'm just worried, and I don't want to go through that experience again. I think at this point in my life, I'm a little more mature and a little more confident than I was at that point. But still, it really ruined this place for me. And it's really sad because it is one of the best concert venues, I would say, at least in the country. And
well, that's a bummer that you can't go there because they took 10 minutes to get you a seat that one time.
So yeah, I just want to know. Why do they have to make it so hard? Why do you have to shame someone when it's already an embarrassing situation?
If you felt shame because you couldn't fit onto the bench, that's not because the employee shamed you. It's because you felt shame.
Why make another human's life harder when you have the capacity to make it easier with very little input on your part, very little effort? That's it.
Okay, so it sounds like nobody shamed you. It sounds like you felt ashamed because you couldn't fit onto the bench. We need to understand the difference between our own feeling of shame and when somebody else is trying to make us feel bad. The person that worked there, I don't think was trying to make you feel bad. They were just all business. They're like, you didn't fit into the bench? All right, let's go double check and make sure you really don't fit in the bench. Okay, I see that you don't really fit into the bench. Let me go find you a different type of seat. If you weren't an emotional wreck, this would not have been a traumatic experience. You would have just been like, okay, yeah, I don't actually fit into the bench. Let me show you. Okay, go get a different seat then. I will sit here patiently. And then you sit there and you wait and they bring you another seat. Next.
Do you know what is so wild to me? So I've been losing weight and I haven't been trying, and that's a little concerning to me. And so I went to the doctor to talk about it. My doctor's like, you know what?
Oh, God.
But interesting, it might be cancer. And I was like,
okay, please lay off of the coffee or whatever substance is causing this.
what? And she was like, it's probably not cancer. Worst case scenario, but we're gonna do some blood work just to make sure. And I was like,
oh, listening to you speak is tiring. Oh my God. Sorry. It's just, God, it's a lot.
okay. So then I was telling some people that I went to the doctor because I was losing weight so rapidly, and my doctor thought it might be cancer. And they were like, oh my gosh, you're losing weight and you're not even trying? Tell us how you're doing it. And I was like, it might be cancer.
Okay, but was it?
Turns out it's not.
Okay, then your entire spiel here is completely irrelevant, huh? It might be this bad thing, but it wasn't, so shut the hell up, I guess, right? This is just more of people like complaining if somebody says, hey man, you lost weight and you look great, and then they're like, I lost weight from all these diseases and stuff. Like, dude, shut up. If that deadly disease you're fighting made you drop 10 pounds, and you needed to drop 10 pounds, you look better now. Right? I mean, I lost the weight and now my ass is looking snatched. What's the problem? Some people are so insistent on being offended by stuff, right? Like, oh no, I lost 10 pounds and now I look snatched. Oh no. I'll stop saying looking snatched. I'm sorry. I can't stop saying it. My ass was looking snatched in those boom boom shorts. What you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Not cancer at all. It is just, for some reason, my metabolism rate increasing, which apparently can happen as you're approaching 30. You can see that little bitch on the horizon. Yeah, not cancer.
Okay, so somebody told you that you just randomly lost weight because sometimes your metabolism increases randomly as you approach 30. That's the dumbest thing that I've ever heard in my entire life. I'm really sick of hearing people talk about my metabolism. Your metabolism changes in response to your activity level. You didn't lose weight because your metabolism increased. Your metabolism increased because you lost weight.
Gemini all the way through, but I just have to say, like...
Gemini all the way through, she said.
Is being skinny that important to you?
Alright, man, my bit of advice for that person, put down the crack pipe and step away from it forever. That was like literally exhausting just to listen to. It's losing weight that important. Alright, calm down, man. You clearly have a lot of issues. Yeah, actually, losing weight is that important to me. I would get a deadly disease just to have my ass looking snatched in those boom boom shorts. Hey, Mark, dude, you're looking great. You lost what, like 20 pounds? Yeah, I lost it because I was going through chemotherapy. Oh, snap, for real? Well, that sucks. But you do look hot, though. Like, your ass is looking snatched in those boom boom shorts, baby. Dude, you could not be more insensitive. Oh my God. Wait, what? My ass is looking snatched in those boom boom shorts? For real? Okay. All right. I'm finally starting to see the perks of this deadly disease. Yeah, that's right. So stop trying to get all uppity with me, you hot bastard. You sexy son of a bitch. Look at you. Is this going too far now? Sorry. Next. Oh boy, here we go. More car crying.
So I just got out of the GI doctor, and I've been struggling with, like, abdominal cramping for a month now.
Okay, you can't just speak normally.
And no doctor will, like, listen to me, so I finally got this new GI doctor that I had to fight for. And I told him that I haven't been eating because it...
Oh, God. Dear God.
Causes pain, and, like, I'm in pain when I eat. he looked at me and had the audacity to say, maybe that's not such a bad thing.
All right, so hold on, let's recap. So I had to go back and like sift through all the stupid sniveling and crap, but she said I'm in pain when I eat and I get nauseous and stuff, and then the doctor said, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Do-do-do. And then the doctor gets those pimp glasses and a blunt flies in from the side and goes into his mouth. It's really hard to actually like follow what she's saying. She keeps talking like this. I can't really hear the words that well behind the waterfall of tears.
He looked at me and had the audacity to say, maybe that's not such a bad thing.
The fact that you're crying all hard when you said that, like, just sends me, dude. It just sends me, bro. Does this make me a bad person?
I'm so upset. I'm so upset.
I'm so upset. I'm sorry. All right, so she complained to the doctor about nausea and pain while eating, and the doctor was basically like, well, that's probably good because you're overweight, so you don't really need to eat that much anyway. Do-do-do. Get dunked on. So, next.
The Wyndham Hotels fat-shamed my friend for them giving her black mold poisoning.
I like the Wyndham. How dare you?
Yeah. I honestly couldn't be more angry right now. My friends spent their hard-earned money to go down to Disney for 1 week. They stayed at the Disney Springs Lake Buena Vista Wyndham Hotel. Upon arrival, they realized that there was black mold in their room. Hold for some screenshots.
Okay, let's read. This comment says, I got black mold poisoning from a Wyndham hotel and cannot get anyone to care. I have called the manager, director, and franchisee of that particular hotel to no reply. I have called the general customer care line twice. I don't understand how a company that claims your safety is our top priority with an elevated cleaning system refuses to respond to a property that is actually endangering customers.
After many countless attempts to reach someone at the Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, my friend reached out on LinkedIn under a post where they were touting how much they value the health and safety of their community. Pause to read.
Okay, so I already read the top one. And then the next one says, hey, Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, your silence speaks volumes. And then underneath that is another comment by Robin Kessler, psychologist of hospitality. Fuck does that mean? What are the effects of black mold exposure? Medically reviewed by Elizabeth Fuel, MD. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. We still haven't established that there was actually black mold there. We just see people accusing them.
Here at the bottom is Robin Kessler, the main star of today's video. She's the psychologist of hospitality here at the Wyndham Hotels, and she includes some sort of
psychologist of hospitality. I'm guessing she is not a licensed psychologist.
dumb study about black mold. But it gets so much worse because then she continues with, however, there is plenty of conclusive research on the health concerns of obesity.
You can't be serious, bro. Shut the hell up. This did not happen. Is this real? Your friend or whoever the hell complains about black mold at the hotel. The psychologist of hospitality, not a real psychologist, responds to you and says, yeah, you know, black mold, that sucks. That definitely sucks. But have you heard of the negative health ramifications of obesity? Do-do-do. A lot of people are getting dunked on in today's video, huh? Damn. The psychologist of hospitality is not very hospitable. They need to go back to school. They only got a bachelor's in psychology of hospitality, not a master's.
You're fat-shaming my friend for you giving her black mold poisoning?
Yes, and I stand by that. I'm just kidding. I don't work there.
Fuck you, Wyndham Hotels. All of
Is this real, bro? Somebody that worked there was like, yeah, black mold sucks, homie, but You're fat. What? Yeah, so I think I'm gonna have to agree with that last person. That was pretty darn out of line. I complain about the mold and you call me a fat ass. Essentially, what the fuck, bro? So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Is it messed up that they wouldn't give that first person special accommodations at the concert? Should you not congratulate anybody's weight loss because it might have come from fighting a deadly disease? And is the Wyndham completely out of line from calling that person fat when they complained about the black mold? Leave a comment below. Happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.